Welcome back to the 5150 YouTube channel. There's a lot that you guys have been missed on. I will kind of throw some in this channel, or in this video. We did go race. We ended up getting to a 1301 or 1307, somewhere right in there. I did not do much video, but I got some. I'll put it up right around this area.
If you ain't got loyalty, nah, you ain't got nothing. No, you ain't no friend of me, nah, end of discussion. I don't need any loyalty. Give me that loyalty. Loyalty, not too many have it. Nowadays, motherfuckers so quick to take a knife to your back and stab it. I miss the old days. Man, what the fuck happened? Everybody telling on each other. No trust in this game. Man, that shit.
Alrighty, so we did the first pass. We had our tire pressures up just a little bit higher than I wanted it to, but it still gripped. And we did a 13.1 at 101.7 miles an hour. I need to get my reaction time down, but with this new tree that I'm trying, well, it should be all right. So it did what I wanted. I dropped time down. Now what we need to do is drop it down even further and try getting to a 12.5.
La ciencia. Drop the clutch and hit the gas, I never finish last. Your girl is all up on me, homie, I'm a smash. If it ain't about the cash, you better cut the chat.
I lost everything in my sticky foot. So I could do one of two things. I could bring nitrous in faster, or the other thing I could do, which would make sense as well, is maybe air my tires up a little bit more. Maybe it doesn't like how low my tire pressure is. So, decisions. I gotta start making some decisions. But I'm knocking at the 12.99 step, and that's where I want to leave here doing. But let me see what happens in this next one and go from there. Well, I'm not racing in it, but we came out to the pre-party of Rocky Mountain Race Week, and I met up with these two guys here on the other side, and we thought we were in the right spot where they put us. They changed the location, went to there. So we met up with this guy here. He's got a nice 1950s International here, and this guy with the Colorado. This one 10.0 class, he says. But as I'm sitting here and watching cars come in, there's some pretty cool ones. Seen some gassers and stuff like that, but we'll go through and kind of look at everything and see what we can come up with.
Goodwill.
Welcome to 2023, bitches. It's how real life, how real shit.
Hey, Will, this shit is fucking
Cool
cool.
with the guys yelling out who want beef. Anybody could get it, EBK up in the streets. Southside savages hit you up in your sleep. Didn't mama tell you that's when fucking demons creep? Posted outside, know where you lay. Demons in my head tell me take you out today. Big ass chop with the beam. Can wait till I catch your mama, put him on a tee. And these internet gangsters ain't nothing like me. I'll drop a fucking addy, pull up, we can meet. Respect is everything, homie, run your mouth and you get beat. When you dissing on a deck, it's already too deep. I'ma leave it at that, there's way too much. But my bros love me, one word and you gon' bleed. Southside, kill 'em all, spreading money with.
And then we started having some issues with the truck the next day. it started not wanting to start, and then when it did start, it would die. It was like one bank was going completely dead. Well, I found that problem. That's in the plug. And it would be this plug right here. So, if anybody's going to be using the Holley system with stock coils and all that, make sure you kind of support that area on both sides. The passenger side was my problem, but I've read that some guys were having problems on the driver's side and the passenger side, or both, or it's not just one or the other, it could be either. So what we have done so far is, one day Steven didn't have much to do, so he came and pulled the heater box out, because I'm going to plug that big old hole up right there, and that small hole there. And then we're going to pull the heater box out of the inside as well, because we don't need that. The other thing is, today, between us three and possibly one other guy, we are going to have this completely down to a frame cab. That's it. We're going to get it prepped for a roll cage. So stick with us as we tear this thing apart and see how far we get today. We're going to video as much as we can while we can and go from there. Alright, so far we've gotten coolant hoses done, coolant is drained. We've got the filter off. Everything's pretty well unhooked except for the injectors. So next we're going to get the headers off so that we can get those out of the way. We got to be careful not to damage that O2 sensor. But we're going to get everything off of there so that we can prep to be able to pull the motor once Steven gets back. He went to the store. He's going to get me an engine stand and a couple other little odds and end things. So while we wait for him, we're going to continue pushing on to this. Alright, so me and Taylor here have been pushing hard while Steve's been gone. He should be getting pretty close to being back. It looks way different. Looks like it did almost 9 months ago. Got the exhaust out. We're waiting for him to get back because he's got the tools for getting the intake off. Got the radiator out. The hood's off. That's the first time I've seen it without the hood on for a while. It looks strange. It's weird. But anyways, Taylor's got all the transmission stuff unhooked from underneath. So what our next deal is once Steven gets back, we'll take the intake off. We'll drop the drive line. And we're just going to pull the engine and transmission as one. Then we're going to pull the transmission off, get the engine on the engine stand so that we can start getting prepared to tear it down. And then we'll roll the truck forward a little ways, and then we'll get the front seats out and the heater box out from underneath, get all the wiring out of it, set it aside, the ECM out of it, set it aside, and so on and so forth. So we'll keep updating as we go. The one thing I am going to get rid of is I had everything on the positive, on the positive part of the starter, and I kept having this issue where a wire was touching my top post up here and causing this to start. Even when started, the starter would engage, or when it was off, it would engage, and we'd have some troubles. So what we found is it was right there. It rubbed just enough through that little piece right there to cause us that problem. So that is why this year all my wiring is going to be inside the cab, and then I'll just have one hot go to the starter, one hot go to the or one ignition switch to the starter, and we're going to make this a lot more simpler, easier to work on, and cleaner, because I'm planning on doing a lot of serious racing this next year, and the truck's going to get painted, hopefully, if we have enough time. So until then, let's just continuing on. Alrighty, so I have got the intake off and all the electrical pulled up out of the way. The one thing I haven't got unhooked with this, and I'm just going to leave it hang there because when I pull everything out, it should be clear. And it sounds like Steven just dropped the transmission cross member. So Taylor's bringing in the engine hoist right now. Once that's in here, we'll hook a chain up, pick this thing up, and yank her on out of here. I think we're making great time for starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, having to do a bunch of running around and getting everything done. We also got the drive line out right there. So we're just going to continue pushing as far as we can and see where we end up by the end of the day. And we have no engine, but we have a big oil mess for the transmission. So I guess got to get some kitty litter on that. But we're going to pull the transmission off of the engine so we can get the engine put on the stand and get ready for everything that we have to do with this. So we're getting this out so that we can build the cage. Then once the cage is in, then we will have all the engine components for the engine so that I could tear it down, rebuild it with better things internally. The bottom end's going to stay the same other than the cam is going to be upgraded. Head gaskets are going to be updated. We're going to put head studs on it from P1 and going to show you goodies after that. But we're going to just keep plugging away and trying to get as far as we can. Once we get the engine on the engine stand and the transmission separated, that's going to pretty much be all we're going to do for the day, because we have another place we got to be after we get this done. Alright, so we got the engine out. It's on the engine stand now. So what our next objective is going to be is get the heads off of it and the front structure stuff off of it and the oil pan so that we can start getting ready for other things. But I want to also know what my cylinder walls look like, because if they don't look good, then we'll pull pistons out, re-hone it, re-ring it, and go again for another year. The next objective on this is we're going to pull all the wiring out, get the ECM out, get the seats out, and start getting ready for us to get a cage in this thing. I think that'll be the perfect thing for the next step, is get a cage in it. So I'm waiting on a couple things to come in. Once those certain things come in, then we will start on a video of doing electrical. But yeah, so I guess next year we're going to try seeing how fast we can make this thing go. Like, it's on its way for everybody so that you guys can enjoy this ride with us. What do you think? Think they're going to like the surprise?
I definitely do.
Oh yeah.
What do you think the coolest thing of this build's going to be? Like the surprise that we have for it, or the results of what the surprise is going to do to it?
I think the results of what it's going to do to it.
Results? Yeah. That's if we can get it to hook on the backside.
Yeah.
So, but everybody knew what my dream was for this, so just sit tight while we finish getting some parts for this thing, because it's going to be a pretty fun year. That's all I could say. So, but until then, you guys hit that like, subscribe button, and get hitting that bell, and let's get some more video content out so we can move on. So you guys have a good one, and we'll see you next time.